Hi folks, thanks for tuning into the FFC video workouts. This morning we've got our strength and mobility flow. As always, a nice amount of mobilization with a little bit of slow strength work put in there. Hope you enjoy this workout. Let's get into it. We'll start this morning just really gently going through our rotations. You start super light this morning and focusing on that breath. We're going to spend a bit of time getting that breath up, rotating that spine, not just for the sake of mobility and rotation, but to move the spinal fluid up. Morning, Jackson. And focusing on that breath, nice and deep in through the nose. You can close your eyes for a while. We're going to just spend some time listening to your body. If you're feeling tight anywhere, give it a little bit more focus throughout the day. And just kind of meditate on this movement for a little while. Slowly bring up the momentum, rotating a little bit further. And start moving that rotation all the way from the tailbone all the way to the head or to the crown, looking back over the shoulder, bringing up the momentum even more so the arms are swinging all the way out to the side now. Feeling that stretch, and that rotation of the spine. And now really pulling up that momentum. You may want to open those eyes now as we start to lose a bit of that grounding with our feet. And back to center. And taking those hands up over our head, step out shoulder width apart. We're going to go for our breath out and back in. Let's go. Go two more. And last one. Beautiful, guys. Alrighty, swings across the body, across the mat. So as we come up, really rotate the body across to the other side and rotate. So feel that stretch down the outside of the legs to the glutes. Beautiful. Use that momentum. And let's go two more on each side. Last one. Beautiful, guys. Alrighty. Let's get to the back of your mat and opening up through the chest. Taking the thumbs back. Feel that stretch across the chest, across the biceps. Big stretch through the neck. And rolling down through each vertebra all the way down. Grabbing your elbows and holding this position. And Whoppy, with your broken hand, you can just go up and down, stretching up to the top and rolling back down as we move through the next exercise. Taking our left hand down to the ground, right hand to the sky, and rotate up. And then onto the other side. Then both hands down to the ground, walk them out to downward facing dog. Big stretch through those ankles, through those shoulders. Pedal out those ankles, those calves. And taking your left foot high up into the sky. And bring that left foot forward, placing it between your hands. Beautiful. And taking those hands up into the sky, you can drop your right knee back down onto the ground here and just stretch through those hip flexors. Taking the right hand forward, left hand back, placing it over your knee, looking back over the shoulder. And nice big stretch. Back to center. You can take the fingers down to the ground here, and we're just going to drive our left knee forward as far forward as we can, open up through that hip. Then we're just going to straighten that left leg into a pyramid, coming forward for a nice big stretch. Drive those knees forward, open up through the hips, push it forward and stretch back into pyramid. Nice big stretch and hold for a moment. Breathe into it. Then again, let's go forward. We'll do 5 more of these. Drive it forward, hold that stretch, get into that stretch for a few breaths. And then into our pyramid stretch. A little bit deeper with each time we straighten. And forward, 4 more. And straighten. Breathe into it. A little bit deeper again. And forward. Good. And straighten. And again. Forward. And straighten. Last one. Forward. And straighten. Hold that stretch. Beautiful. A little bit deeper again. From here we're going to bend that left leg, turn ourselves to the right into our Kung Fu or lateral lunge with our right hand above, left hand below. Beautiful, guys. Alrighty, as we come up from our left clockwise movement, back down, open up those hands, find that stretch. And again, right hand on top, clockwise with the hands up, big stretch, and down, open up, deeper and deeper into this stretch. Right hand on top, and do 4 more. Up, big stretch, sink it down, open up through those hips, push the knees away from each other, sink the hips down deeper each time. 3 more, and up. And down. 2 more. Up. And down. Last one. Up. And down. Good. Focusing on that breath nice and deep. We're going to stay as low as we can through this moment. And bending the right leg, going through horse stance, sink down as deep as you can into this movement. Breathing in. As we breathe in, we're going to take our hands through the water and out through the chest. And in through the water. And out through the chest. 4 more of these breaths. In through the water. Sink down through those hips even more. So we're focusing that breath in through the nose to expand through the belly. As we breathe out, feel that compression of the belly and in. Keep it low. 2 more. Last one. We're going to turn to that right side now, keeping that right leg bent, left leg back. You drop that left knee to the ground, open up, stretch through that hip flexor. Nice and long, all the way down through the hip flexors there, and bring that left arm forward, right arm back, place that left hand on the outside of that right leg, look back over that right shoulder, thinking of your spine, rotating all the way up from your tail to your crown. And back to center, fingertips down to the ground, take that left knee off the ground, drive that right knee forward as far as you can, keeping that left heel on the ground, and straightening that right leg. Big stretch. And drive it forward. 6 reps here. Drive it forward a little bit further. Feel that stretch, pushing down into the ground, and then straighten. Driving that forehead towards the shins. 3. Drive it forward. Sink it in. Stretch it. And back. And forward. And back. Two more. Forward, drive a little bit deeper each time. And back. And forward. And back. And get down deeper into the stretch again. This time we bend the right leg, turn left to our Kung Fu lateral lunge onto the other side. Beautiful. 6 reps. As we come up, we go anti-clockwise with the hands. Left hand drives forward, back down, and open up for 1. Beautiful. And 2. Beautiful. And up. And 3. Deeper each time. That's good. You guys are looking like this, getting a little bit more mobility here. 4. Open up those knees away from each other. And up. And 5. And up. And 6. Beautiful, guys. Bend that left knee, bring yourself into a horse stance. You can bring the feet in a little bit closer together this time. We're going to go through our demi-point movement here. So bringing yourself up onto those toes, pushing up through the big toe there, rising up, back down, drop the heels down, and up. Drive those heels as high as you can, and up, and down, finding that balance. And 3, we're going to go for 6 reps. Is our lucky number today. Beautiful. 4, talking of lucky numbers, tell you a true story that is absolutely exhilarating. Maybe 3 years ago I had a dream I won the lottery and I had the numbers 3, 8, 21 in it. Last night was the 3rd of the 8th, 21. Bought a lottery ticket, didn't win a cent. Alright, if you want to use that story, tell other people. Because it's a true story. Beautiful, guys. Turning back to your left side, this time drop your knee down to the ground. A quick little stretch through the hips. And we're going to stay as low as we can, just hovering the knee just off the ground. I'll move out of the way of my iPad so I don't kick it. Just off the ground, drive that forward. On the jump all the way down at pulse 3, 2, 1. Always keeping this knee off the ground. 6 of these reps. Let's go. All the way around. And 3, 2, 1. Again. All the way around. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Really feeling that left glute working here. 3, 2, 1. Last one. 3, 2, 1. From here we're going into an arabesque. All the way up. Straighten that leg. Dropping the knee back down, turning out to our dragon pose, driving our right knee into our left calf, and we're going to stay here. So then turn to face you. We're staying here for 30 seconds, as deep as you can. Do not come out. 10 seconds. Beautiful, guys. 20 seconds. Keep it down, staying low. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to our arabesque from this position. Find that balance. From here, we're going into a scissor jump. So bring this right leg back down to the ground. Scissor jump for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay down, turn to your right. We're onto our other side now. So as low as we can through our lunges. This left knee stays off the ground as we bring it forward. On the jambe. Pulse. 3, 2, 1. Bring it forward. On the jambe. Stay as low as you can. 3, 2, 1. And forward. On the jump. 3, feel that fire in the legs. 1, 3 more. Forward. Jump. 3, 2, 1. So much heat. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Round. 3, 2, 1 into our arabesque. Woo. From here, taking that left knee down, bring ourselves into our dragon pose for 30 seconds. Let's find that position. Keep it low as you can. Beautiful, guys. Let's call that 10 seconds. Woo. Feeling it. Stay down. 20 seconds, we've got 10 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, arabesque. Drop that left leg down. 6 of our scissors. And 1, 2, 5, and 6. Turn back to the left. Bring yourself to standing. Open up through the chest. Take a hold of your left foot to stretch out that quad. Good work, guys. Beautiful. Shake it off. Onto the other side. Nice big stretch through the quads. Whew. And shake it off. Opening up once again through the chest. Tell me to fold at the hips, keeping the back straight. So we fold down to our hamstring. Stretch. And hands down to the ground. And we're going to jump out to a high plank. Beautiful, guys. Alrighty. 3 here. Hips up. Downward facing dog. Open up through those shoulders. Spinal wave all the way back to our high plank. Lowering down to an upward facing dog. Big stretch. And hips up through downward facing dog. Nice and simple. 6 of these reps. Open up through those shoulders. Roll through to a high plank. Lowering down. Just warming up the shoulders. Nothing too strenuous here. 3. Try and get a deeper spine wave as we roll forward. Try and hold that hover for a little bit longer as we lower down. Look all the way up. Feel that stretch all the way through the throat. Come back to downward facing dog. Open up through those shoulders a little bit more. 3. Down. Up. Hips high. And 4. Down. Up. Hips up. And 5. Roll it forward. Lower it down. And up. Hips high. This time we'll drop our knees to the ground, walk our hands backwards, and walk our feet backwards to a bear crawl to the top of our mat with a reach on each side, shoulder tap, and reverse, and then come back forward again. 6 rounds. Let's go. 1. Reach it up. Shoulder tap. And backwards. And forwards again. 2. Chin up. And back. Beautiful, guys. And forward. 3. Lovely work. Keeping those hips as still as you can. And backwards. And backwards, feeling that core now starting to heat up as well. And 5. Almost there. Doing great. And back. And forwards. Last one. And up. Reach. And back. Bring yourself to the middle of the mat. Hips up through downward facing dog. Stretch it out. Nice big rest there. Drop the knees to the ground. Bum back to the heels for a child's pose. Rest and stretch before we move into the next upper body strength part. Alrighty, our next upper body strength, hands outside the mat into our archer pushes. I'll face you for the beginning. You can do this on your knees or on your toes if you can. So the arches to our right, to our left, to our center, 6 reps. Let's do it. Straighten that left arm, straighten that right arm to the center, just all the way down. Beautiful. 2. And 3. Lovely, guys. 4. And 5. Looking great. And 6. Beautiful, guys. Lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Back extension and circles. Lifting the sternum off the ground. Big circles through those arms. For 6. Nice and slow. For 5. Lift higher. 4. For 3. For 2. And 1, reversing the direction. For 6, lift higher. 5, lift those wrists towards the sky even more. 4, really push that limit. 3, looking great. 2, last 1. Beautiful, folks. Back through child's pose. Walk those fingers forward even more. Then take those hands out to your right side. Place that left hand down into the ground, pulling away from it, stretching through that left lat. Breathing in, stretching away. And walking the hands over the other side, planting that right hand into the ground, pulling away from it, feeling that stretch through those lats. And release, walk those hands back to center, up into tabletop and into cat-cow. And take the fingers back towards the knees. And flexing the spine all the way from the tail all the way to the crown. Big stretch. And extend, looking all the way up. And flex. And extend. 1 more. Flex. And extend. Back to a neutral position. Fingers pointing in, palms facing up into our clench and extend. Clench those fingers all the way and extend. Beautiful. And my left hand is moving through the full range of motion. My right hand has a broken finger, is not. Clench and extend. 1 more. Clench and extend. Shake out those wrists. Beautiful work. Tucking the toes under, taking the knees off the ground. We're going to stretch through the feet. Drive those heels back. Feel that stretch through the Achilles there. Try and point them with the feet, with the toes still bent over. Thank you, G. Have a great day. And point those feet dropping down onto the ground. Ragdoll stretch. 2 on each side, so round. Drive those hips forward. Beautiful. Then to the other side. Ragdoll around. And up. Now 1 more on each side. Drive those hips forward. And forward. Drive those hips. Back to center. Hands by the side of your ankles. And coming up onto those toes as best you can to stretch through the tops of the feet. Beautiful, guys. Dropping those knees back down onto the ground. Stepping out to a high plank and lowering yourself down to the ground into our cactus stretch. Right hand to the side. Bend that right elbow at 90 degrees. Taking the foot over the top. Nice big stretch through the pecs. Breathing into it. And on to the other side. Back to center through a sphinx stretch or cobra, whatever's right for you here. Taking the right shoulder back, looking over that right shoulder. And then over the left. Back to center. Take the hips back through child's pose. Lengthen that lower back for a moment before stepping forward with our left foot. Right leg back into pigeon pose. Trying to get this left foot at 90 degrees or as close to as you can. It's not always possible for everyone. From here, walk those hands all the way forward. And you can be center. Be off to the side a little bit, whatever feels like the better stretch for you, you can hold there. To the other side. Right foot forward, left foot back. Try and get that right knee as close to 90 degrees as you can. If you're a ways off it, that's okay, just working it a little bit more each time. And release. Take the right foot back, hips up through Downward facing dog, walk those feet forward. Slowly come up to standing. And finishing with our diaphragm breathing, belly breathing. Once again, expand that belly, exaggerate the expansion of the belly, feel the hands lift and feel them fall for each breath. Breathing about 4 counts in, holding for about 4 counts, and trying to elongate that exhalation for anywhere between 4 and 8 breaths. We're going to go for, 4 and 8 counts, and we're going to go for about 8 breaths here. So you can close those eyes, sink into the hips. Focus in on the count internally. Feel that rise as you inhale. And that fall as we exhale. If you find your mind wandering, just focus on the count. And really slow down that breath now. Feel the belly rise as we breathe in. Fall as we breathe out. One more round. Bring that energy into our center. Back into our bodies. As we exhale, you can take those hands together. Bring that energy to the hands. Taking them to our kidneys. To detox our body, to flush our system. And that energy together again. To our heart, our solar plexus. Listen to our gut feelings to make decisions, and to our heart. Bring those hands together again. To our eyes. See the world through a different lens, and remembering these times when we're staring at computer screens all day long, to take some time out and to use these eyes, look out at the distance, trying to find somewhere that you can go and focus at a distance, hopefully around a park, around in nature. I know so many people are starting to get worse and worse eyesight over the last 12 months of being inside a lot more. Folks, thank you so much for being here, being through this strength and mobility flow. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all on Friday. Take care.